All right, guys. I'm in the process of just getting a few links thrown up and making sure things are working as they should be. This is my first day attempting to stream using uh, a dual channel streaming software. So this is going to YouTube and it's also going here to Twitch. So I just want to make sure everything is functional before I drag you guys into it. Certainly seems to be. Cool. I appreciate your patience while I do this. I'm sure there's got to be some sort of app that I can get hold of that would allow me to just like hit one button and it would just inform all the places that need to be informed. Just when I go live, and I've got to adjust the YouTube chat so that it actually shows me the YouTube chat. There we go. In theory, there we go. We have YouTube chat. And what I was trying to do previously was get this up to a size that I can actually read it. My second monitor is quite some distance from me. And okay, so I think in theory we may be in business. I don't know about anything else that it's doubled up, but besides doubling up the locations I'm streaming to, it's doubled up my setup time pretty ridiculously. Get back in the swing of this process. All right. I think I have shared it everywhere that it should be shared. And the last thing I need to do is just go to the stream and say hello to the world. And it appears, holy crap, I think everything's working. All right. X4 Foundations. X4 Foundations is a space game set in a far-flung future in which humankind built their first jump gate, and when they did, when they activated it, it connected into a pre-existing jump gate network.
Perseus, Sentinel, Gorgon, Sentinel.
Boy, they're really going. It linked into a pre-existing network, and they suddenly found themselves in an interstellar community, and various crazy things happened, like AIs rebelling against their creators. I'm just kind of watching what's out here and trying to pick a target that's not going to be instant doom. Boy, they are just hitting everything over here.
Gorgon, Sentinel,
and he's got a bunch of fighter support. I got to find a straggler I can swoop in on and hit. All right.
Gorgon, Nemesis, Sentinel.
You have provoked me enough. Now you will pay.
Yeah, he's got the big guns. Oh, and somebody dropped a turret.
All damage.
That's good. He jumped out.
Critical.
Oh, somebody is on me.
Ejecting.
Yep. All right, good. Everything seems to be working.
Emergency eject successful.
I was a little too busy watching multiple screens to see if it was all coming through correctly on YouTube and everything to be flying correctly, but hey, I don't mind. Now that I know we are all set and everything is working, while this is loading, let's do a little lore. All right, so the government of Earth decides to try to build an interstellar jump ring. They build the ring, they activate it, and to their surprise, it connects into a pre-existing jump ring network. They go through and they discover that there are a multitude of species and beings out there to interact with. They are welcomed to the interstellar community. They build AI terraforming machines that they send out to terraform some planets for their colonies. And the AIs rebel and start terraforming planets that already have life on them. Bad times all around, giant war, and these AI enemies, the Xenos, end up being driven out into the outer reaches. Lots of politicking and building of relationships between the Terrans and the rest of the factions, and things are humming along pretty well, and then suddenly, for no reason that anyone can figure, the entire jump ring system goes down. We know meta that it's actually because extremely elevated beings who built these looked at the civilizations that were using the jump rings and went, oh no, we are not letting them into the neighborhood. But during this period of time when the jump rings go down, all the different factions who have been spread out all over the universe are suddenly cut off from each other. And this means that some of the factions become completely independent. So two different Terran colonies become their own populations, right down to actually having a physical phenotype because of those small populations, sharing a smaller DNA pool. Another species that has a god emperor, when they were cut off from their god emperor, that was like the worst thing that could possibly happen to them, freaking them out super bad.
Perseus, Sentinel.
And so because they're a race who evolved from beetles, basically, they have kind of like a queen, but it's their god emperor, and they hatched new god emperors for their various locations. And when the jump rings came back online, all of a sudden you have all these people that have been living utterly independently for like 300 years that suddenly are being asked to do things like, submit to the rule of the original God Emperor, but they got their own God Emperors. The Terrans show back up and go, okay, we're reclaiming our colonies, and the colonies are going, no, you aren't. We're grown-ups now. Get the hell out of here. You, my friend.
Gorgon, Sentinel.
You, my friend. They're over here harassing a location, and it looks like there's only a small number of them.
Nemesis, Sentinel.
Alright, that's my boy. I'm right click and select harass. This is from a mod that I have. It's doing the same stuff that it always does. It's just giving me hints about what I need to accomplish to get the pilot to bail out. But I want a Nemesis Sentinel. We got to get his shield down. The thing is, it's a very maneuverable Corvette, and he may try to kite me into the destroyers. If I can keep dancing around him and not let him get any hits on me. I'm not getting through his shields. I've got to keep sustaining fire on him because of how weak my weapons are in this little starter ship. Come on, get the pressure on him. Whew, that was close. My guns are gonna overheat soon. Thankfully, the weapons he's shooting don't have tracking, so they're line of sight.
You have only 2 options now. Surrender or prepare to die. You have only 2 options now. Surrender or prepare to die.
Okay, he's bailed. Now I gotta break out of this area to get away from any support he may have coming. Woohoo, like that. Alright, I've got some breakaway distance. Alright. Let's just take a moment and breathe. 30.3 kilometers out. That is the ship.
Requesting immediate backup.
Okay, yeah, he dropped a laser tower. That's what was shooting at me as I attempted to exit. I didn't know if I was coming under fire from the destroyers or not. Yeah, I know there are bad guys everywhere. But basically what I've got to do is just get close enough to this ship that I can deploy one of my Marines to go over in a pod and take it, and I can send them to go land at a wharf. Yeah, there's some shenanigans going on here.
Perseus. Sentinel. All damage.
Swift and severe.
Thankfully, it was just a Perseus. Just if he's got backup coming in, I'm gonna need to get out of here. Damn you.
All critical. Ejecting.
Yep. Could not get clear. So I'm gonna have
Emergency eject successful.
I'm gonna have to manually fly to that ship. And hope that one of these fighters doesn't swoop in on me and kill me while I'm trying to. Come on, where is it? Is that it? Yeah. There it is. This is going to prove interesting.
Laser tower Mark 1.
There's a laser tower there. And it's 13 kilometers to it. This is going to take a while. Hey there, Rickster. How you doing? Today we're testing getting some chat up on the screen so it's easier for me to keep up with chat messages. And I'm dual streaming to both YouTube and Twitch today. So I figured a good way to celebrate was to go jump face first into a really bad situation and potentially make it worse. There we go, doing my part for the tobacco industry. I make my own cigarettes, that way I know exactly what's in them. Commercial cigarettes have got so much added crap going on. I'm not saying smoking is good for you and it's my own choice to do so, but at least the ones that I'm smoking aren't as bad for me as, like, you know, store-bought smokes. 100% pure tobacco, no humectants. That's to keep them moisturized. No flavorings, no tobacco paper. If I can get to this ship and I can occupy it and hopefully get away from that tower before it blows the ship up. Of course, the tower will probably kill me before I reach the ship, so just fair warning, we're probably going to travel 12 kilometers and then I'm getting shot in the face and that's the end of it. Because it is showing red, that means it is hostile. I was kind of hoping maybe a fighter or something would swoop in there. But it wasn't actually that ship that got me, it was a mine that got me. Somebody scattered some mines right there. And I could have just restarted, but if I, you know, reload the save every time that something rough happens to me, well then I feel like I'm cheesing it, I'm scumming it, you know? Yeah. So I unfortunately don't have anything on my screens over there on my second monitor that tell me how many people are watching. So I don't know if I'm talking to nobody or I'm talking to a bunch of people. So don't be afraid to say hello in the chat and let me know you're here. That is a lot of traffic out there, but nobody's going anywhere near that. It looks like the main battle has pulled out and away. Oh, I got a fighter closing on me fast. Alright, here comes the cavalry. Maybe they'll get close enough to decide to take a whack at that tower. Yeah, there are a lot of fighters passing me. So this is me right here. Up over here is the ship we're trying to get to. And I'm watching these two fighters here. He's trying to kite them over into the destroyers. I was hoping maybe one of them would get close enough to notice that turret and go over there and take it out. For today's beard selection, we have a Danish rope. That's where you twist it like cordage instead of braiding it. When I do that, then my mutton chops remain. Oh, thanks for the report. I know I'm not going to get a lot of viewers on this stream, and kind of the reason I stream this particular game is because it's a little obscure, and I'm not going to have as many people showing up likely, you know, as I would if I fired up Starfield or something. That's actually what I was thinking about streaming when I do my evening stream tonight. Usually I'll stream a bit in the afternoon, and then I take a break to, you know, make my wife dinner and make sure I give the cat a proper scratching and all that. But I was thinking tonight at 7 Eastern time when I stream that I might do a completely fresh Starfield. I've learned a lot in my 350 hours that I've played it, and I do have a new game plus going, but wouldn't mind jumping in fresh. Hey Mello, how you doing? It is good to see you, my friend. I am doing so much better. You wouldn't believe how much better I'm doing. About 4 months ago here, I finally got a cardiologist who figured out what was wrong with my heart after all these years that they've been trying to do something about it, and he found the right medication for me. It has literally been life-changing. I went from sitting around basically feeling like I was just waiting for, you know, for the day to come along where I kick the bucket. I feel like I'm living life again and got hope, and I'm still smoking like a chimney, but, well, that's me. I gave up wine, women, and song for one woman and some bad lyrics, you know, I mean, all the thing I got left is my cigarettes. Boy, it's still a long trip over there. I was really hoping somebody would spot that thing and do something about it. That drone carrier's getting wrecked. We're trying to get to a Nemesis Sentinel that we managed to harass the ship long enough that the pilot bailed out, and I ended up getting my fighter blown up. So now I'm in my I'm just in my spacesuit with my jetpack, hoping my oxygen lasts long enough to get me over there. My O2 is at about 2/3 at this point, so I think I'll make it. But the last thing that the ship did before I managed to get the pilot to bail is it dumped out a laser turret, so I could be traveling what was a total of 12 kilometers just to get over there and get shot apart by this turret. But I'm trying not to cheese it and just reload a save. Atrial fibrillation. Yeah, mine ended up being a tachycardia, but the reason I had the tachycardia is the top left chamber of my heart, my left ventricle. The outer wall of it, went in the units of measurement that they use for the thickness of that chamber, the chamber wall, it should have been in the neighborhood of 3 to 6. Mine was 70, so that it was so thick that the chamber inside my heart there was less than 1/3 of the size it should have been. And so as a result, my heart trying to keep my blood pumping was causing that chamber to beat irregularly in an effort to keep up, because it couldn't take in as much fluid as all the other chambers of my heart. And so it was beating tremendously faster than it should, my resting heartbeat was 90 beats per minute. So I like could sound asleep in my chair, 90 beats per minute. And when they finally figured out that that's what was going on, and that it was pushing blood back the opposite direction and causing all kinds of problems, they put me on a medication to lower my blood pressure and artificially slow down my heart. And the basic idea is, you know, if you have a muscle and you don't use it, that muscle atrophies. And so by slowing down how fast my heart's beating, that wall of the chamber should begin to thin back down, because the muscle, of course, doesn't need to be built up. But basically, as it began beating faster to compensate, it was building more and more muscle, and so that wall was getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And they figured if it had gone on another 2 years, the chamber would have gotten too small to pass enough blood, and I'd have had a infarction or you know, it could have kicked off a stroke. There's a number of things that could have happened. But at 4 months taking this medication, I'm going up and down the stairs in our house here. You've got to go up or down 12 steps to get anywhere in our house. It's 12 steps from the street to our front door. It's 12 steps down into the basement. It's 12 steps up to the second floor. It's 12 steps down from the back porch to the backyard. And going up and down those steps was like climbing Everest. And now I go up and down the steps more times in a day than I was in 2 weeks before they finally found the right meds for me. Oh, they're going to do an ablation, huh? There's Mela says they're going to shock their heart back into the correct rhythm. Yeah, so that's what they were telling me, is that if the medication didn't do the job, that they were going to have to do a heart ablation, which is where they go in and they zap the bundle of nerve cells that kick off the heartbeat. And when your heart gets messed up, like mine is, to be able to maintain the beat it needs to maintain, it'll develop a new bundle of those cells, and they start to add to the cycle of contractions going around. And if you end up with a bundle of those cells someplace they don't belong, it can give you an arrhythmia, and sometimes they have to go in and zap that bundle of cells to make it stop giving input, and they refer to that as an ablation. Well, we're now coming up on 6 kilometers, and absolutely nobody is coming over here.
Requesting immediate backup.
So basically, the Holy Order, who are the hostile forces, have managed to chop up the defending forces enough that we're waiting for reinforcements, is what it comes down to. And then, like I say, I'm probably going to get over here, and that laser tower is going to shoot me and kill me. I have a repair laser, but I don't have like a on-person combat laser. It's something I can buy, but yeah, Jester, they're worried I might kick something. I should have just reloaded the save. The save, I mean, starts literally seconds before the things that are happening here. There is a Terran battle cruiser not too far out from us, apparently.
You don't bother me.
Oh, yep, there it is. Yep, it's a Tokyo class battle cruiser. Yeah, that fella right there just realized he had made himself a mistake. He's like, whoa, that's a lot of ships. Oh, man. There's just so many ships out there now that have kind of gotten peeled off from the pack and are just patrolling around because the primary battle is over. They managed to successfully make an incursion, and those are the ships that are so much easier to capture. The odds are very high that the weapons on this ship that I'm trying to get to and take over are really unsuited to ship-to-ship combat, except for, you know, going after capital ships. And I'm going to have to actually downgrade them to a bigger version of the weapons we were using on our fighter. But the thing is that, number one, they're like 3 times the size, and number 2, there's 5 of them instead of 2 of them. So we can do a lot of damage with them. 5 kilometers, and I'm using the boost. Like, I'm going as fast as is humanly possible. I'm probably going to run out of oxygen before I get there. Let's see if we can finally select a ship.
Nemesis. Sentinel.
There we go. So now I got a real distance. Yeah, they're right on top of each other too. It's at 62% hull, which isn't bad. So when I get to the ship, there'll be a place where I can hack into it. I'll have to go to short-range scanner mode. That'll allow me to see the point that I can hack. Then I've got to fly up to it and set about the process of hacking into it, and then it'll let me get inside. From the moment I take ownership of this ship, that turret's going to start firing on it. So that's what makes this kind of a bad news bears kind of situation. So I'm thinking if I can manage to survive this turret, I want to get around on the ship and use my repair laser on it to try to get the hull back up to 100% before I actually hack into it. We got a better chance of surviving. See what the neighbors are doing. Nobody seems to have noticed me. There's a bunch of Terran fighters. So, I guess obviously anything that shows red is hostile, kill on sight. They will attack me immediately given the opportunity. Anything that's kind of pink or peach like that means we don't get along, but they don't hate me so much that they're willing to instantly shoot me in the face. Anything that's blue is friendly. Think your repair laser on your suit is slow but free. Yeah, and I've got a mod in that boosts it up a little bit so it works a little bit faster. I guess I'll do a course correction and hope I can make it. As I was really hoping that a fighter would come along, spot that, and shoot it up, but if the laser doesn't get you going, and it will open up on you when you hack the ship. Yeah, Rickster. So basically, I'm expecting the laser to just start shooting me and kill me before I ever get there. But I've not been in this unique situation before, where I've got a abandoned ship with a laser near it. So I'd like to know what the case may be. You know, how it's going to behave. But if I do manage to survive the laser and get to the ship, I'll have to hack into the ship. And it won't fire on the ship until such time as I take possession of it. And that's considered to be when I finish the hack. So from the time I finish the hack and the ship becomes my possession, I then have to dock with the ship. So I request docking permission. The ship opens up its hatch, and I have to fly myself into that hatch. At which point I'll pop out inside the ship, and I'll have to run to the pilot seat, jump in, fly away. And that's a good while for that laser to sit and hammer on the ship's hull. But that's, of course, making the assumption that I live to get to the ship. Yeah, it just zapped me the second I got within range. Yeah, the second I got within range of that laser, it did me in. I appreciate your guys' patience with that. I really needed to know what it considered me and how it would respond. So, but that's all right. We'll start just before when we fought the ship anyway. Man, where's my glow stick? It got very techno. Like I said, I've never had that unique circumstance where a ship dropped a laser turret seconds before the pilot bailed out. I suppose I could spin my beard, you know. It do take some time to load. I will not lie about that, but it's worth it. So, Rickster, is this your first time encountering X4? Long game. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is pop the map, see what we got.
I have more.
Change directions here.
Perseus, Sentinel.
Go after this Perseus. Alright, so it got blown up. That's kind of the trouble here is...
Ares.
Oh, an Ares, really? And Ares. Let's see if we can close on it and make it surrender. You just get blown up. Apparently you did.
Perseus, Sentinel.
Because you're the enemy. Why do you think I'm shooting you?
Theseus, Sentinel.
Where Theseus Sentinel? There he is.
Damage is getting serious.
Theseus is a very nimble ship.
Then get out of the ship.
You are not worth my surrender.
We are going to board the ship. You don't want to be inside when that happens.
Miserable wretch.
All right.
Abandoning my vessel.
He just bailed from that ship. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. I lost track of the damn thing.
Ejecting.
What? What do you mean ejecting?
Emergency eject successful.
Okay, well,
I'll make it quick.
where the hell is that ship?
Thank you.
We're getting acknowledgement for helping them fight. This way. Right there. Let's go. Yeah, that was a downgrade. And I cannot use my my repair tool on it apparently until I hack it. There's the hacking point. All right, we're gonna select it. Shift D
Docking granted.
got me inside. And it has no weapon. Is this what you're telling me? Okay. It has no weapons.
Is that it?
Not defeat me so easily.
Let's engage the superhighway. And we're going to go to the next sector, which is the Argon sector. We're going to land at the wharf over there and see what's up with this ship. Because it claims it has no weapons, but it looked like it had at least one single weapon on it.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Alright, there's the Argon wharf right there.
Argon Wharf.
Big old freighter. It should be trying to make its way over to the exterior docks, and for some reason it is doing not so much that.
Docking granted.
I'm sure I'll have to land it manually. Never know, though. It might have a landing computer. Oh, yeah, it does. How about that? Nice. All right.
Successfully docked. ACS Sentinel.
Welcome.
Yep, just... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess it did not have a weapon on it. All right. Well, let's see what we can do here. At least get it battle worthy, and maybe we can successfully upgrade this time. All right, so upgrade, repair. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to consumables, and I'm going to sell any consumables that it has in. So it's got 1 advanced satellite. We'll sell that. 4 regular satellites, 1 nav beacon, 2 resource probes, 1 mine. And that's going to net us 126,000, almost 127,000. So I'm just going to take care of that first. It'll take just a few seconds. So all that has been unloaded. And we've currently got 930,000 to work with. It's using Mark I engines. Wow, yeah. This poor thing, like, is the minimal. Alright, well, let's throw a pulse laser on there. Oh, wait, it's got all... Oh, it is? Okay. I was mistaken. I was mistaking this for a Perseus because it didn't have guns on the other 2 gimbals. And the Perseus just has a single gun in this position, and they're all shaped fundamentally the same. So we're a little better off than we were. So we're up to 368,000. Let's check its software. Docking Mark II. Long range scanner. It's got everything else. Crew. I'm going to get 2 Marines. We're going to do the repairs it needs. And I've got right around 500,000 left to play with. So let's upgrade it to... Well, we really can't upgrade it to much anything. Well, let's get this part sorted out. Confirm that it's going to take about 5 seconds is all. Hey, Doctor. Welcome, welcome. All right. Go back into that. And we've got 434,000. So I think I probably should try to turn that into good shields. So that's 84,000 off of that.
Engaging.
Go combat Mark II maneuvering thrusters. And it's currently got Mark I combats. Let's see if we can afford. Oh yeah, we can actually. In fact, I can go with Mark III combat engines. Not enough money. What? Oh, okay. All right. Damn it. Well, I guess we'll have to settle for Mark IIs. But this is a really fast, maneuverable little ship with 3 weapons. It's going to make a difference. And we might be able to harass our way into the ship of my dreams here. Because I'm sure it's still going on over there to some degree, and there might be some stragglers.
Argon Wharf.
So I could have sworn there was a way to, from the exterior view, to rotate so you could actually see the ship, but... And there is something important I must do. I must come here to my personal inventory and change my logo to my Squatchcraft logo. There we go. And make sure that my default paint job is red. Alright, good deal. There's a signal leak nearby, huh? Well, I'm not going to deal with that right now. Set up 3 different weapon groups so that I can fire either 1, 2, or all 3 of my weapons at once. Let's head back over there and see what's going on. The Nemesis Gorgon
Entering system. Second contact.
is a decent corvette, and it can hold 1 fighter, but the Nemesis Sentinels, as opposed to the Gorgon, has 5 weapons.
Nemesis. Sentinel.
There you are. Wow, he's armed. Come on, give me that.
Damage is getting serious.
I gotta be careful, his turrets are deadly. Whoa, come on. Do the spin. Where the hell did he go? Alright, I had to get some distance from him, or he was gonna toast me in a big hurry.
The battle is over. Abandon your ship immediately.
I will not surrender to you.
Are you really willing to die? No. Then get out of the ship.
Nope. I changed over to a single laser, but he was just too damaged. But at least we know the ship can hold its own.
Laser Tower Mark 1.
I believe we have a 3-kilometer range on these weapons. Wow. Like, that is doing us no good at all. Oh, these are just such crap weapons. Get off me, you jackass. Anything is better than these weapons. There. Starting to take the space back, and I'm gonna lose out on target soon.
Gorgon. Sentinel.
Gorgon is not actually what I'm after, but right now I'll take any Corvette.
Show mercy.
Depot damage. Incoming missile. Ejecting.
Yep. There,
Incoming emergency eject.
I couldn't boost
successful.
away. I was being hit by everything under the sun. And we don't have a ship to go back to, so. Oh, yeah. Richter says that design reminds me of the Kilrathi fighter from Wing Commander series. You betcha. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Wing Commander was the game that originally got me into any kind of space games. So I'm a Gen Xer born in the first year of Gen X, which means I'm an analog creature. And I was there when the first PCs came along, and watched 8-tracks come and go, and cassettes be popular, and then eventually DVDs and all the things. So it's like I'm living in the science fiction of my own past, quite literally. And in high school, and a short while after high school, I worked a lot with computers, and then I kind of stepped away from it because life just took me in a different direction. But back at that time, Wing Commander was awesomeness. There was a fantasy role-playing game called Milu. It was simple ASCII graphics, but man, it was so deep. It was so deep. I really should have kept my nose out of trouble, but there's just so many ships there. And if I could get a Sentinel, it would just a Nemesis, it would just like make everything so much better. But right now, at this beginning point after the save, there's just so many of them out there that you can't engage one without engaging a half a dozen. And since, I'm basically a stranger here, nobody's going to jump in and help me. Yeah, see, there's just way more ships there than there initially looks like.
ACS. Sentinel.
Something hits us.
Yeah, he's got way too many buddies. Don't want to let his shields regenerate. Come on. He's using every bit of his maneuverability, that's for sure. Alright, I gotta move out of this area. I had a whole bunch of them coming in hot. Man, that is a lot of ships. And they're all smaller fighters. There's one lone one right there. I wonder if I can...
Gorgon. Sentinel.
That's a Gorgon. They're all moving over here to attack this destroyer.
Thanks for your help.
Now we just got 10,000 credits and some reputation.
Baldric. Nemesis. Sentinel.
Alright. Our hull is good, our shields are good.
Gorgon. Sentinel. Nemesis. Sentinel. Nemesis. Sentinel. Gorgon. Sentinel.
Alright.
Gorgon. Sentinel.
Even though it's a Gorgon, I'm going to see if I can assist this ship of the line. Because he's getting hammered on, and he'll actually help me with this process of capture if I do this correctly.
Taking serious damage.
Ooh, he's got the turrets. Come on. Drop it on him. There you go.
Hull damaged.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to dance this guy or not.
You're not worth my surrender.
The battle is over. Abandon your ship immediately.
Hull critical.
You have only two options now. Surrender or prepare to die.
Not worth my surrender.
Ejecting.
Yep, I just can't do it.
Emergency eject successful. Argon defense platform. Silicon refinery.
Yep, so I'm just hung out to dry in space again. I am trying to swing way above my weight, and it's just not happening. No, that was not the load I wanted though. Damn it. Just loaded the wrong game. Yeah, having watched the way things have changed, you know, since I was a kid, it's just astonishing the world we live in, and people just don't get it, especially young people who've been born into it. This is just their normal. coming from before the time of cell phones, internet, home computers, CDs, DVDs. GPS. I mean, just all of that stuff. Sitting in a computer class in high school, programming each individual pixel's location on an Apple IIe in BASIC, dreaming about the day when I could sit down and draw on the screen like drawing on paper. And I've got this technology sitting right in front of me. So, I mean, at that point in time, it was science fiction. And now it's sitting on my desk. That's mind-blowing. Alright, you stinking bastards. I guess I'm going to have to run some missions. And earn some money and just generally behave like a common sense kind of individual. I'm actually
Nova.
in a totally different save. In a Nova Vanguard, so going to have to load the correct game this time. Thank you. Like yesterday and today, man, my streams have just been fraught with difficulty. But it's okay, because I'm having so much fun. And I especially love sharing with you guys. It's not a lonely thing. It's a Asperger's kid thing. Face-to-face interactions with people are difficult for me because I have trouble reading people's expressions and emotions. I actually took courses in facial action coding to learn what people's faces mean when they make different shapes. Helps tremendously, but it's just so much easier when I'm dealing with people online because I get every nuance in a person's voice, like every bit of emotion and intent that comes along with their words. That registers flawlessly with me, because sound is my weird spot as an Asperger's kid. Like if I hear a song, like it like tattoos itself in my brain, and you can play me two different pieces of music in which you've changed like 3 notes in the entire sequences of music. Play one and play the other, and I can tell you the difference, where it changed. My brain has constantly got music going in it. Sometimes it's my music, sometimes it's the music I've heard over my lifetime. It also means I don't have like a specific genre of music that I really am crazy about. I love it all. Everything all across the board. Alright. So, I've dragged you guys along on my nefariously ridiculous attempts here long enough. We are gonna go and make sure we have unlocked the superhighway loop, and we're gonna see about picking up a couple of jobs and getting to the point where we can access some military tech. Oh, come on now, don't be ridiculous. And then my phone. Alright, we are on the superhighway. What I want to do
system
is
Argon Prime.
Open the map, and I want to activate mission offers, and we'll see what pops up. Return to normal order. Destroy laser towers. Yeah, we're not really in a good ship for that.
Entering system. Hatikva's choice.
We could join Hatigva's trade revolution, or I could try to pirate some freighters over here. The Hatigva, they trade with everybody. They are not at all insular in the way that they deal with people. And so we get a lot of ships of all different denominations over there at their trade station.
Entering system.
Which
Silent witness.
gives me an opportunity to go after ships that don't have a lot of protection. They want me to build a station. Industrial espionage.
Entering
Oh,
system.
I missed it.
Profit Center Alpha.
Help with repairs. So basically, I'm just flying this giant loop of cosmic superhighway that goes through all the different factions' territories. So for factions, we've got 2 Terran colonies that became independent, the Argon and the Antigone. We then have a couple of alien
Entering
races.
system. Bright Promise.
The Teladi are a lizard people, and they are traders. All they care about is the profit.
Entering system. Trinity Sanctum.
The females are the ones that go out into the universe and do business. The men stay home in harems. Then we have the Paranid, who developed from a species of beetle. They have
Entering
11.
system.
They-
Unholy Retribution.
They have 11 genders, and they're job specific. Basically, you're born into the gender that is a manual laborer. You're born into the gender that is a fighter pilot, etc., etc.
Entering system. Ice Mist.
And they're in a civil war because they have the original Pontifex Maximus, their God Emperor, and when the gate system reconnected and other Paranids began to come back to the home world, they had their own God Emperors, and so there's only one, I guess you'd say, false God Emperor left, and so there's a giant civil war going on between the
Entering
two factions.
system. Pontifex's claim.
And we just entered their territory, so everything we see is going to be red.
Requesting immediate backup.
Entering system. Holy Vision.
This is also one of their systems, completely hostile to us. Still have working 8-track in my 1970 convertible. You betcha, bro. My first 8-track tape I ever
Entering
got
system. True Sight.
was the Cars Candy-O. My first cassette tape was Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell.
Entering system. Second contact.
So this is where all that fighting was going on, so we've gone in a complete loop around. And now basically once we go through this gate, I want to start looking at potential jobs again.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Return to normal order. Destroy laser towers.
New attack order. Scramble. Acknowledge.
Defensive measures. They want us to actually build a station. We
Entering
can't.
system. Atikva's choice.
Cannot afford that. Come on, give me something I can do. Attrition warfare. Destroy. Let's see. Delicate situation. Destroy mines. That we can do.
I knew I could count on you.
Now, what I'm gonna do once I'm clear of there, I'm gonna go to
Entering
autopilot,
system. Silent witness.
because the autopilot will turn us around and take us out to the minefield.
Entering system. Atikva's choice.
But there was a lot of hostile activity there, so there's a ship that flew into a minefield and is now stuck. And our job is to fly over there and detonate the mines so that the ship can get loose. Alright, we're gonna turn that off.
Autopilot.
Turn that
Disengage.
off.
Mercury. Vanguard.
Alright, so that is the ship that is trapped. What we're going to do is come to a complete stop, and we're going to do a scan, see if we can pick up the mines. Get some. Yeah, I'm not seeing the mines. When I what I'm doing is I'm doing a view of the ship that we're trying to save. I was hoping I could see the mines around it, but I cannot. Now, when I look on the map, yeah, still can't see any mines. Of course, it's 70 kilometers out, so. Yep, okay, there we go. They're all clustered together. You can't really see them at this point, but I'm going to target one of them.
Mine.
Oh, okay, great. So friend-foe mines are able to discern whether you're a member of the faction that laid the mine, and if you're not, it comes at you. That makes this a little tougher. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm yourself. There we go. At about 3 kilometers, I should be able to start firing on them. All right.
Friend-foe mine. Friend-foe mine.
All right, they're about 4 kilometers out.
Friend-foe mine.
Ease up real slow and easy. Let's see if I can hit him from here or not. Probably not. I think I've got to be inside 3 kilometers.
Friend-foe mine. Friend-foe mine. Friend-foe mine.
See if I can get it from here. There we go.
Friend-foe mine.
Nice.
Friend-foe mine. Friend-foe mine.
All right, he's free. All right, so that was 34,000, and we gained a little bit of reputation with him. It's Antigua Alliance invitation reward, attending a jump gate investigation. That's Antigua. They want mines destroyed. But I want to work with the Argon. So we're going to zoom out. Come back here to... we're going to start guidance to the wharf. And hit autopilot.
Engaged.
That'll just pull me back to the to the superhighway and get me on it. And then once we're engaged,
Autopilot. Disengage.
turn off the autopilot, go back to looking for jobs here.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Enemy spotted.
I knew I could count on you.
Autopilot. Autopilot. Disengaged. Autopilot. Engaged.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, no. Please back up, you idiot.
Jump gate. Second contact. Ejecting.
God damn it.
Emergency eject successful.
I didn't think they were going to be right at the jump gate. One of them activated, I couldn't get away from it. So that was that. Alright, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Now that I know that everything is working, my wife has just arrived home from work. I need to make sure I know what the dinner plans for things are and stuff. It is currently 5:05 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be back at 7 p.m. to stream. And so in about 2 hours. Thank you for joining me for this test stream to make sure everything was working, streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. It was awesome. If you're on YouTube, a like would be appreciated. It helps a little channel like mine. And of course, you Twitch guys, I know you guys love me. I've been with you guys a long time. Good to see some familiar faces. Excellent, excellent. I will see you guys in about 2 hours.